So in this video, we will look at how to browse through the dataset and see different features of the dataset. So in the previous video, we created a project which was demo, and we created a COCO 128 uh, dataset which had 128 images, and we looked at that we can look at different annotations. If there are multiple annotation sets, they will be available here. But since this has just one annotation set, we'll see here. There are different options to see the colors here. We can color by the class, which is the current, that each class appears in a different color, or we can color by annotation sets. So all of them will be in same color. So if we have different annotation sets showing on the image simultaneously, we can have one color for one annotation set and one for the others. So for now, I think we are better with per label. So there are different pages. We can browse through the pages and look at different images. We can click on any image and get a detailed view. These are all the labels that are already there. So we have two labels here. One is cat and the other is car. They are in different colors. We can always enable or disable annotations from here. We can get information about the image or information about the annotation from this table. So by default, I means that this is the information about the image. So this is the image name, and this is the dimension 640 by 427 pixels. The time of the image, so there are different flavors to it. It can hold the time when it was captured or time when it was imported. So by default, the importer looks at inherent time stamps on the image. If there are none, then it puts the time of the import over here. This is the file location on the storage server. Image location, this is long lat position of the image. So if this were to be acquired through another device that captures the location, or if there are multiple cameras and which camera it was recorded from, that information can be stored here. If we click on cat, for example, there's another icon is enabled here, which is A, which is the annotation. So the score is 0. Since this was imported from the file, so score is not that important. It ranges from 0 to 1, but in any case, it is the ground truth. So if this were to be coming from an inference engine, the value 0 to 1 would be the confidence level over here. Date when it was labeled, X, Y, height, and width in YOLO format, and the annotation ID is 323. If we go to the car, similarly, we'll have different information here for the car and so on. These are, you can move your middle scroll button to zoom out and in and look at different views of the same image. We can close the image. We can always get to the next image from the same screen, and it shows all the annotation classes here that are in this image and so on and so forth. There are a bunch of filtration options here. So, for example, let's say this is by name. If we say I want to filter the image by the name 650, so this image is all selected. Let's say I want to select by, let's say, 64. So all the images that names that have 64 in it will be selected. I can clear the filter. I can filter by confidence, but as we saw that confidence was 0 here, if I were to increase the confidence here, nothing shows because all of the images have 0 confidence. I can show, filter out the annotation images with annotations. For example, this image doesn't have any annotation. So if I were to filter on images that have only annotations, please note that there is 128 images here. If I were to select this ground truth, now there are 125 image and that image is gone that had no image, no annotations. So out of 128, 125 have annotations, which we also saw here in our dataset that 125 have annotations, but while total number of images is 128. So that's another filter. We can filter by labels classes. So we want to see only the images that have car in it. So, and let's enable this. So these all have cars in it. Uh, let's say so we select another one. We want to see that has train in it. So all the images with train are here. Let's say we want to see buses as well as, let's say, bird. So images with birds and images with buses are here. Of course, there are other annotations in the same images that are also shown here, but these images have at least either a bus or a bird. So let's clear this. Similarly, we can filter by date when it was imported or the date image, uh, and we can always copy the filtered image to another, but the copying will be discussed in another video. So this is all about filtering and displaying of the dataset images. Thanks a lot for watching.